Of course, our fishing was just messed up because there was an oil spill. So we lost that first herring season, even though there were herring around, because there was an oil spill and there was nothing could be done about it. The long-term issues around the fisheries are the ones that are the pieces that impacted the community. So the long-term impacts on our community are really the measure of the hit from fisheries. They were short-term, and I think that's what the guys in the Gulf are going to see, 1 or 2 years of disruption. What we don't know, and what we didn't know then, is how long the disruption of the natural system might be and how long the fisheries will be affected. We've lost about 14 seasons. The impact to the community is probably about $140 million. Losses to the community in fish tax, probably $4 or $5 million.
Both beaches just digging a few inches under the rocks, turned up oil. Last year I was on a different part of the sound, a little bit further southwest in Latouche Island, on the northern end of Latouche Island, which faces where Bly Reef, where the oil spilled. It's across the sound, exposed, so in my mind it had a lot of opportunity to be stirred up and turned over by storm events. But even on that beach, when we were there last summer, just a couple inches under the ground, started turning rocks over. It doesn't take much, and it just smells like a gas station.
I would say just, to be kind with one another and to get on with your lives. Don't sit around and wait for somebody, for the justice system, for instance, to come and rescue you, because in our experience, that's not going to happen.
And I heard on the radio the other day how they said it wouldn't be as easy to clean up as the Exxon Valdez spill. Well, they haven't cleaned up the Exxon Valdez spill, and they'll never clean up this one either. And I think I would try and brace the people for the long-term repercussions. And there's going to be a physical and economic impact to their community, but I would prepare them more for the social impact, and that's what I think was so hard in our community. I know that there's tons of people down there who have been rebuilding their businesses, just now beginning to draw and get their heads above water, and then to be hit by this and that. I just feel sad for them, because it must be a crushing, it could be a crushing blow.
Watching the news the other day, and I saw the fishermen in the gymnasium, and I went, yep, that was us day 3 or 4. I saw the guys filling out the paperwork to get their first claims processed, and I said, yep, that was us post-bill day 5 or 6. I have no advice. What's going to happen is they're going to all end up exhausted, and 8 or 10 years from now they're still going to be fighting this, and the oil companies will be cycling in their executives. Those guys that are working hard now for the oil companies, in 2 years they're done with this. They're going to get a lot of money and they're going to move on to their next job, and the fishermen, they're going to still be fighting this battle. They're going to get some compensation on the front end that won't be adequate. They're going to get promises of continuing restitution, which won't happen. I have no advice. Get rest, love your family, try to keep at it. I don't know.